Hello, my name is James Lowenthal, and I'm the president of DarkSky, Massachusetts. This is an introduction to the fundamentals of regulating outdoor lighting. Here's why outdoor lighting needs to be regulated. There are 6 main reasons. To minimize light trespass that negatively impacts quality of life. To minimize glare that creates a public safety hazard. To protect wildlife that needs the natural night to thrive. To protect human health, to reduce energy consumption, and to preserve our ability to see and study the stars. This issue's been getting a lot of press and public attention lately. This cover story from National Geographic is just one example. Light trespass is when light spills into areas where it is not wanted. The most common example of this is when a bright street light or an outdoor light from a neighbor's property shines onto your property or through your window at night. Glare is an intense light that hits your eye and disrupts your ability to see properly. It's the result of lighting that is not shielded or not properly directed down towards the ground. Many people believe that more and brighter outdoor lighting creates safer environments, but there is no conclusive evidence showing that that's true. In fact, glare from unshielded lights can create harsh shadows where intruders can hide. Both of these pictures show lights with lots of glare. If you could just block that glare with your hand like this, you'd see that there's a person standing there. They're actually right there in the first pictures too, you just can't see them because of the glare. Light shining into your eyes also makes it more difficult to see what's right in front of you. Obviously a serious hazard for everyone on our roads. Numerous scientific studies over more than the last 20 years have shown that almost all species of wildlife, including birds, mammals, insects, including pollinators that our food supply depends on, amphibians, fish, even coral, are negatively affected by excessive artificial light at night. Artificial light at night has also been found to be harmful to plants, including agricultural crops. For people, artificial light at night has been linked to a wide variety of serious health problems, including suppressed melatonin levels, the disruption of circadian rhythms, and elevated rates of hormonal cancers, such as breast cancer and prostate cancer. More study is needed to explore the causal connections between outdoor lighting and these health problems, but it seems prudent to err on the side of caution and limit the amount of outdoor light at night to protect human health. About 35% of outdoor lighting is lost to the night sky due to poor shielding or poorly aimed fixtures alone. That translates directly to wasted money and unnecessary greenhouse gas emissions. Every clear night, the Milky Way and thousands of individual stars are right overhead. But because of light pollution, the Milky Way and most stars are now hidden from more than 1/3 of the world's population and over 80% of North Americans. This is a tragic loss of our universal heritage, a rupture of the deep connection with our culture and our ancestors. It's like never being able to see the ocean or a rainbow or a tree. It's even having an adverse impact on astronomical research. A recent study concluded that only a handful of large observatories have truly dark skies to study anymore. Another recent study shows that light pollution is growing worse at an astounding 10% per year. To address the fast-growing problems of light pollution, in 2020, the International Dark Sky Association and the Illuminating Engineering Society agreed on these 5 principles for responsible outdoor lighting. Number 1, all outdoor lighting should be useful and have a clear purpose. 2, all outdoor lighting should be targeted and directed to light only the area that needs lighting. 3, low light levels should be used, no brighter than necessary. 4, the lighting should be controlled so that it is dimmed when possible and turned off when not needed. 5, warmer colors should be used whenever possible. In keeping with those 5 principles, here are 4 simple aspects of outdoor lighting that need to be controlled: the shielding, the color, the light intensity or brightness, and timing. Only fully shielded fixtures should be allowed, with just a few limited exceptions. Fully shielded fixtures are constructed and installed so that no light shines above the horizontal plane where the light is emitted. Basically, the light should be in a can facing down. This eliminates any light going directly up into the sky, where it serves no useful purpose at all. It also minimizes glare and light trespass. If some unshielded fixtures are allowed, for example, to allow for lighting of flags and some landscape uplighting, the best practice is to limit the total amount of unshielded lighting. Because of their long lifespan and high energy efficiency, LEDs are rapidly replacing the existing lighting in many cities and towns. However, their blue-rich, so-called cool white light has been found to cause a number of problems. They cause increased glare, which can create safety problems. They throw off our circadian rhythms by suppressing secretion of melatonin, which can cause serious health problems. They alter life-sustaining behaviors in most plants and animals, and they're especially harmful for many insects, including pollinators. For all these reasons, only warm colors with minimal blue should be allowed. Color is measured on the Kelvin scale, where higher numbers mean bluer colors. The color now recommended by DarkSky International for most outdoor lighting is 2200 K. That's about the same color as the old high-pressure sodium streetlights we've had for the past 50 years. However, since 2200 K fixtures are not yet commercially available for all LED outdoor lighting applications, the Massachusetts Medical Society recommends using at most 2700 K whenever possible. For years, we've bought light fixtures and light bulbs based simply on wattage, the amount of energy they use, and associated that with their brightness. But now that there are more energy efficient alternatives to incandescent bulbs, wattage is no longer an accurate way to gauge brightness. For example, a 9-watt LED could be as bright as a 60-watt incandescent bulb. The best way now to judge the brightness of a fixture or bulb is by its lumen output. Lumens are a direct measurement of the amount of light that the fixture or bulb emits. The higher the lumen value, the brighter the light. For those still used to gauging brightness based on the wattage of incandescent bulbs, here are the commonly accepted lumen values for some standard incandescent bulb wattages. For example, a 40-watt incandescent bulb produces about 450 lumens. In reality, this varies from manufacturer to manufacturer, depending on how efficient their particular bulbs are. This table shows the comparison of incandescent bulbs to more energy-efficient options. For example, the first line shows that an old-fashioned 100-watt incandescent bulb would produce about 1600 lumens. You could get the same 1600 lumens of light from just a 22-watt LED, or a 26-watt compact fluorescent, or a 72-watt halogen. The point is, to design good lighting, we need to pay attention to lumens and not just wattage. So how many lumens are needed for outdoor lighting? Well, that depends on what it's being used for. A good indication of what's typically considered adequate these days for various outdoor lighting applications is given in this table from Home Depot. These numbers are lower than what many people are accustomed to. The fact is, though, in many cases, lower lumen output is more than adequate for visibility, especially if you control the glare. When regulating outdoor lighting, ideally there should be a limit to how much light is allowed per site to address the tendency to overlight. This can be done either by limiting the lumen output or otherwise restricting the illuminance level, or the resulting brightness measured on the ground below the light fixture. The last aspect of outdoor lighting that should be addressed in outdoor lighting regulations is how long lights are left on. Too often, outdoor lighting is left on all night long for no good reason. Requiring that lights be turned off between 11 p.m. and 6 a.m., say, unless absolutely needed for safety and security, would eliminate a lot of unnecessary light. So that addresses the 4 aspects of outdoor lighting that any regulation of outdoor lighting should cover. Of course, that's not the end of the story. For each general requirement, you need to consider what exceptions would be appropriate for your community. You also need to consider whether any type of light should be prohibited altogether, such as searchlights or unshielded floodlights, and what types of lighting should be exempt from all the restrictions. Clear definitions of terms are also essential. And finally, there must be effective enforcement provisions. With good outdoor lighting, we can promote human safety and health, protect wildlife, save money and energy, and bring back the stars and the Milky Way. And that's why every community can benefit from good outdoor lighting regulations.